I'd like to call the
Okay.
Thursday, May 20th, North Branford Board of Education Board meeting to order at 7:01 p.m. Roll call.
Chairman Papaholzer.
Here.
Vice Chair Anafrio.
Here.
Secretary Sienna. Janet Balsamo. Here. Jeffrey McMillan. Vince Mace.
Here.
And Cynthia Rice.
Salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is anyone monitoring the Facebook page for visitors and press?
No, because our meetings are live right now.
They're live, but nobody's in here.
Right.
Is there a Facebook feed going?
They can watch it live.
Right, but can they respond? Because we need a forum to get questions and comments.
We're not watching the Facebook Live.
Can we pull it up in any way?
Can you do it from your cell phone?
I
Bruce?
think Bruce is moving into action.
Working.
Yep. You know what, Bruce, when you get it, just give me a holler and we'll move on to the next agenda item. If there's anything that we need to respond to, or if there's a comment, you let me know, okay? All right, there's no student representatives. Approval of the minutes.
Before you move on to that,
Yeah.
if I may,
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to modify the agenda of the May 20th, 2021 Board of Education meeting agenda to add the following agenda items. 8J, 2021-2022 school calendar for discussion and action. 8K, use of the Auger House for school to work program for the 18 to 21 year olds. 8L, special education excess cost grant.
Second. Any discussion around it? All in favor?
Aye.
Do you approve the minutes?
Yep, so I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the April 22nd, 2021 Board of Education meeting.
Roll call, Mary?
Second.
Oh, sorry. Just second.
Second.
Any discussion? Vince?
None at this time, Madam Chairman. Person.
Chairman Papaholzer.
Abstain?
Vice Chair Anafrio.
Yes.
Janet Balsamo.
Yes.
Vincent Mace.
Yes.
There's some do you want to read the resignations, or am I just making the motions?
Make the motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Mr. Dominic Esposito, mathematics teacher at North Branford Intermediate School, effective June 16th, 2021.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Ms.
Shana Walsh.
Shana Walsh, mathematics teacher.
Social worker.
Where's that?
It's in the,
Okay.
It was in the,
it's in the amended agenda.
Sorry, and that's why you said social worker. Social worker at Jerome Harrison Elementary School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the retirement resignation of Ms. Susan Sandar, kindergarten teacher at Jerome Harrison Elementary School, effective June 14th, 2021, after 32 years of dedicated service to the students of North Branford with grateful appreciation.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. To approve, make a motion to approve the retirement resignation of Ms. Mary Ann Delcos, special education teacher at North Branford High School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year, after 25 years of dedicated service to the students of North Branford with grateful appreciation.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Ms. Amy Ferrati, science teacher at North Branford High School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Ms. Caitlin Finkel, guidance counselor at North Branford Intermediate School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. And lastly, I'll make a motion to approve the resignation from Ms. Lauren Danner, science teacher at North Branford High School, effective at the end of the 2020-2021 school year.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No.
No, that's okay. Yeah. We're good.
Okay. No appointments, leaves will be discussed in executive session. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. I first would like to recognize Sue Sandar and Mary Ann Delcos for their time served with the North Branford Board of Education. They've been incredible employees for many, many years and have done a great job working with our students. We're certainly going to miss them, and we wish them nothing but their best in their retirement.
Time served, funny term.
Time served. Okay, that being said, there obviously are no field trips at this time. We do have the board briefs, and obviously, since we've met the last time, we've had our junior prom, and by the time we meet again, we'll have had our senior prom. And I want to commend the administrators for setting up venues that have been safe and have been COVID friendly, and they have done a great job. Obviously, with those two events, only the members of those classes were able to come. So just the juniors and now just the seniors. And it's been really kind of unique, and they've had a wonderful time. So kudos and thank you. We are prepping for our commencement exercises and transitional exercises from our intermediate school and high school, and we are really working diligently to give our students a really normal, authentic experience where people are going to be able to come and see the entire class and hear some music and be a part of it. So again, I want to thank the administrative team. A lot of work goes into this, and the easy way out is just to say, well, we're not going to do it. The hard work and what we've done this year and staying open 5 days a week for the entire year is truly credit to the administrative team in central office and doing the hard work to make these things available to our students. So I'm going to compliment you a lot tonight, and I mean it, because we're winding down. And it's been a grind, and it's been worth every single day that we've been able to bring our children into school. And kudos. Okay, so there are no field trips right now. There's a lot of things being planned for the senior class. I do not want to let out any secrets out of the bag, because there's more things. There was an ice cream truck there today. I did sneak into the ice cream truck at the end of the day. So every week, I think they're doing something for the seniors.
Project Brad is doing something every day this week.
Every day.
Is tomorrow they have a gift bag that's going out, and they do some food items that are individually wrapped and packaged, some that we made by local vendors. And the ice cream truck today was also, our yearbook was distributed to the seniors today also.
Oh, nice.
So I put those two together, which was a nice day for our seniors.
We all know I need to text Trevor.
Nothing like a Sunday on the Thursday. Did you pick up on that? Nothing like a Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
All
that.
right, that's it. I'm moving along. All right, thank you. COVID updates, we do our 8 o'clock meeting every Thursday, and the good news is the meetings are getting really short because the numbers are going way, way down. So we're seeing everything going in the right direction with rates of infection dropping dramatically to the 1 percentile in the state of Connecticut. North Branford is no longer in the red zone. We have one of the highest vaccination rates in the 3 towns that we work with East Haven and Branford. So the citizens of North Branford are really doing a phenomenal job getting vaccinated and doing what they need to do and keeping their distancing and following the rules. So that's a shout out. We vaccinated 40 high school students 2 weeks ago. Next Wednesday, they'll get their second dose. I'm going to invite anyone out there that lives in the community that if you're looking to get the Pfizer shot, you can come in on the 26th at 12:30 for a first shot, and we will get you the second shot in 3 weeks as well. So we're working with a different agency outside of East Shore Health, Fairhaven, to do that.
CHC?
Yes. So it's going well. So that's the update.
Hey Scott, 2 questions for you.
Yes.
When will there be guidance on whether athletes need to continue to wear masks when they're playing sports?
I'm going to, CIC I know was meeting this week on that, Wednesday or today.
They lifted the requirement for catchers to continue with masks and also the umpires, and they were leaving up to the discretion of districts about spectators.
Okay, so baseball catchers, so they have to wear a mask under their mask?
No, they no longer need
No longer have to wear a mask under their
to
mask.
bring it up.
So, and as for spectators, we're being very respectful outdoors of people if
Yeah.
distancing and making the decision whether they want to wear the mask or not.
And any guidance on when kids will be able to lift masks in school?
Wait for the governor. So the governor said schools are still on that because there's such
Are they
low
in
numbers.
A congregate facility?
Yeah. So school specifically was on that list.
Yeah.
So, as soon as, we're 3 weeks away. Next year, I'm really hopeful next year that we're gonna be in really good shape without this.
Right, well, I mean, high school, 12 to,
Well, 12 to 15 now.
is
Right,
12 up is gonna be able to have the vaccine.
right.
So,
Currently.
currently,
Right,
right,
right
so,
now.
I mean, that's your whole high school and.
Oh, it's the
good
middle school and
majority-
the high school.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
so I was just.
So
wondering-
that would put us in a really good situation if that could happen.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay.
so I'll keep you posted.
You'll keep us posted on
Yes.
that?
Yes. And the governor comes on, he does his weekly press releases,
Yeah.
his press conferences.
Okay.
The proposed meeting dates are in your packet. You do have a copy there
Yeah.
under exhibit,
It's here.
what is it?
Zip safe.
C. So the only thing I will guide you on is if you look at the meeting dates for next year, you have April, with the change of the schedule, which we're going to talk about, we have April 14th as a meeting date. That's the night before Good Friday. So you might want to change that meeting date before Good Friday to a different date. So the vacation,
You don't have it. No, it says April 21st on the
It's April
calendar.
21st, I'm lost.
all right, so hold on. This is why you're lost.
On my phone, I'm working, I want to get to the 2022
So
calendar.
tonight, we are going to talk to you
How about changing it?
about changing April vacation.
So why don't we do that first and then go back to the calendar?
Okay, so stop, rewind, and let's start over again. So what we're looking to do, and you should have copies of the calendar. Does anyone have a copy of
It might be in,
Yep.
it's color coded here?
yes, it's in the, yeah, it's in the new amended
Packet.
packet, yeah.
So it should look like this. You'll see color on it.
Jeff, do you have a packet?
Yes,
Do you have this calendar?
It's in that packet. It's in the packet.
Last page?
Just make sure. So what we're looking to do and why we're looking to do this, you got it? Yeah, you've got it.
Got it.
Okay. Ms. Houseman's going to give you a copy of the PTO, so you're aware of the next year. Administrators, I think you would receive this. Okay, so we followed the ACES calendar when we put up our next year's calendar. So the other surrounding districts no longer follow the ACES schedule. It was put in place so that we could do a lot of professional development together. We could collaborate on different things. It never really panned out. Other districts made the change. We stuck with the ACES calendar. It was put in place because we usually do it every 2 years. So when the other districts put their calendars out, they are off the week after the Good Friday weekend. So what we'd like to do is align with the other districts because they're all the neighboring towns, and then we play athletic events with those teams during those weeks. So if we're in session and they're not, it's really complicated.
And also for our employees that live
And
in
have
the surrounding
children.
towns, right?
Right, so we're looking to have you approve moving the April break out until after. So the children will be in Monday through Thursday, they'll have Good Friday off, then they'll have the following week off. And then, as part of that, for your master schedule for board meetings, the question would be, do you want to have your board meeting the night before Good Friday? Or do you want to move it to another date in June? Did I say that right?
April, isn't it?
In April, I'm sorry, in April.
All right, well,
So it was the 21st, which is, we're going to be on vacation now.
right.
If we move it to the Thursday before, the 14th, that is the Thursday before Good Friday. So it's up to you. If you wanna,
I'll make a motion to approve the modified 2021-2022 school calendar as submitted. Take that as the first step.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Okay, now we can go to the calendar.
all right, perfect. Now, for the calendar, the question is, it's not, we don't want to do it during the April break over the 21st. Are you opposed to having it the 14th before Good Friday? Or do you want to go a week out on the 28th and do it late?
I'm fine with 14th personally. I think
14th?
it doesn't, unless, people are traveling, I don't think it's gonna affect most.
I'm fine with that too.
I'm fine with the 14th, how about you guys?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that works. So we're gonna, so the
Is that
meeting,
the only date that's changing?
that's the only date. That 21st date will become the
It
14th.
hasn't been approved yet.
And we'll make changes to our meeting date,
No, it's right here to do it.
okay?
So we don't need a motion to change it, we're just gonna
No,
change it.
I'm gonna
Just
change it and bring it back
approve
to
the
you.
calendar.
Yeah,
So we're gonna go,
yeah,
Okay,
okay?
so,
Mary, did you follow all of that? 14? Okay,
do you want to approve the calendar tonight?
I think we should.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then we're gonna let people know
Yeah.
that move for next
Well,
year.
no, we did that already, I'm talking about our meeting date.
Oh, the meeting
A
dates.
meeting day
Yeah.
calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we changed it, so we might as well.
that's
Yeah.
the only change, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Make
it.
a motion to approve the 2022 Board of Education meeting day calendar for the school year 2021-22.
Well, it's not the school year, it's the calendar year.
Calendar
It's the
year.
calendar year 22.
As amended, right?
Correct, as amended.
I second that.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you for your patience on that, and
Yeah.
we just killed two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's easy.
I'm gonna turn it over to Martha for the
Okay.
financial report right now.
So you should have a packet in front of you, an update on the financial system. I did receive an email stating that we would receive 2 separate databases. I received a contract from Tyler for just specifically the Board of Ed. I need to review that, and then once I review it, I'll have Scott sign it.
Martha, you're pleased with that?
I'm very pleased with that. Extremely
Okay.
pleased. So thank you for all your support with that. Truly
Okay.
appreciate it. In regard to life insurance, I had requested from our broker to send our life insurance what they call out to market, which basically means it's a request for bid, for proposal. And when they did that, they were able to get us a significantly lower rate for our life insurance, which will not only benefit us, but benefit the town as well, to the tune of 26, almost 27%.
Wow.
With that, we are getting the nice opportunity to extend to our employees if they need optional life insurance for themselves, a family member, or a child in their house. And the nice thing about this is it's a no question asked, or what they call guaranteed issue, for a policy of up to $50,000. So that's another great benefit that they currently don't have with the guaranteed issue. And then the next thing I think,
What is the cost to the employee?
it would depend on their age.
Okay.
So
Similar
a
to.
little bit older will be paying a little bit more than, you know, a 25-year-old.
Is it term or whole?
It's term, basic, yeah. And then another great feature is with this new vendor, we're actually getting a free employee assistance program. which I know will be a benefit to all of the employees, including the administrators, to offer out to employees when they need a little bit of assistance in any area of their life. So that's another great benefit that I'm pleased to let you know about.
And who's the vendor?
Mutual of Omaha is
Okay.
the new life insurance company.
Thanks.
In regard to the financials, there's really not much different from when we met last month. I kind of detailed out all of the different areas you can look at. I can read through them if you'd like, but they're there. If you have any questions, please let me know. We did close the purchasing for the 21-21 school year, so we can get a better handle on the projected balance for June 30th. And we're getting there. It's a change in practice to have people put requisitions in before they purchase things. So it's been a little slow to take root, but we're doing this as it is a best practice, and hopefully, as the years go on or the months go on, it'll be much easier to project the June 30th balance. But we should be fine in relation to year end.
I have a quick question.
Yeah,
for the
please.
budget. We were talking about possibly not having a July board meeting, but we also know that's when you need us to close out the budget. Do you,
Well, in the past.
in the past,
That
do
was
you
line
need-
item transfer.
what I'm asking is, do you need us to meet in July or can we meet in August? Is it a time-sensitive thing for you, or would the extra time be better?
Yeah, it actually would be better because we'll be that much further along to, with final numbers.
Okay, so if we pushed it to August, that would be fine.
Okay,
Is that
perfect.
okay?
So
Yeah.
we would wait until June to make that decision, but we
Yeah.
are going to have a second meeting in June, so the board, I sent that email today, you're going to have 2 meetings in June. One is in late June for the project at the high school,
Yep,
so having July is a month for us to recoup and get all the
Yeah.
information for August, so just so you're aware of
Yeah.
that. You're going to be coming in twice in June, okay?
and one's short in June.
Yes. Short in time span? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's just to come in and
That's just the school, nothing
And-
else on it.
No, it's one item, it's the board has to vote after the permanent project meeting on Monday night. We're going to a meeting on the next night, Tuesday, just to approve the next phase moving forward. Okay?
Sounds good.
Martha, do you have any concerns about the budget at this point?
No.
Okay. Any town manager pending requests?
Okay. Martha, you're finished?
I am.
Okay. Thank you. Just to update you on you've seen the emails, and I'm not going to go through the strand of emails that went back and forth between council members and board members regarding the Auger House. The Auger House is located about 1.5 miles from here. It is unoccupied right now. It's been renovated on the exterior with painting and windows, but nothing has been done on the inside. After we returned from April vacation in early May, I reached out to the town manager for the potential of any space in any of the buildings for our 18 to 21-year-old program. Currently, next year, we will have 7 students and 3 staff members who will be displaced due to the fact that we are tearing down the portables at Tutucket Valley School. They are outdated, they're literally not safe anymore, and they're a safe haven for raccoons right now. So we need to bail out. They're framing screws going to demolish them. That being said, the high school is losing 13 classrooms starting June 16. We're going to displace some students, put them into NBIS and the auditorium classrooms, and then we're going to share the rest of our space while we start this project. I requested room at the end of Park and Rec here, but they are starting their programs up again for seniors. They're using their gymnasium every day now as we come in, we see the ladies dancing. And at the far end of the hallway, there's events. So the Auger House was brought up by the town manager. I went with Suzanne Wright and we did a visit with Fran Marola. And we're excited about it, potentially. It needs interior work, which we would do. When we start the demolition in June of the high school, one of the rooms that is going to be demolished is the life skills room. So we have all of the cabinetry, all of the countertops, sink, washer, dryer, range, dishwasher that can come out and be placed at the Auger House. We also could do the tiling on the floor, simple sheetrock, potentially get some students involved with that, but use our crew to do it and get that place up to speed for our 18 to 21 program. The council has to approve it, it's up to them.
So I have a quick question for you, Scott.
Yes.
One is, what other buildings did the town manager offer you other than the Auger House?
That's the only one right now.
Okay,
The only space that he has brought up to me that we went and looked at was the Auger House.
okay. Can we ask him for other alternatives in case the town council does not
Sure,
pass Auger House, so that we're being proactive?
sure.
And the other question I have is, how many years do we plan on using the Auger House?
Well, so I would look at, it depends on what the council's looking for. If you're looking for just a year for us, or 2 years, or if they would let us stay long-term, it's ideal. What the 18 to 21 program does is replicate actual living experiences for students up until their 22nd birthday, that we're responsible for educating them. So they come in, they do laundry, they learn how to cook, they learn how to take care of themselves for a portion of the day, then they go out and they do occupational work. So they're in that Auger House, or we'll say wherever the space is, for approximately 3 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours, and then they're out in the community working the rest of the time. So it's a check-in in the morning,
Yeah.
work, and then they come back.
And so there's no place in the new high school?
We don't have any additional square footage in the new high school for this program. And I will say, they do not like those programs going back, and I'm well versed now, Ms. Wright, because the students have exited the high school after their 18th birthday. They've been there for their 4 years, so they want them separated so it doesn't feel
makes
like they're
sense.
going back to
That makes total
their
sense.
school. So we have to find a space other than the high school.
Okay, so you're really looking for a place somewhere else for them to call home?
Correct.
Okay. The other question I have that they might ask you, is the Auger House a historic building?
I don't know that. I know it's old.
I don't think it's on the
I
register.
don't think it's registered either.
So it's, we're looking for one floor. One of the questions would you go up? No, we're not going up and down the stairs. We just want the first floor. There's a bathroom there. There's a front conference room and a side room in the kitchen area. That's all we're looking to do is go in, and what we have over at Tutucket Valley in the portables, when you walk in, you'll see a futon, you'll see a washer dryer, you'll see
So they're looking for a home-like environment?
a home-like environment to replicate those little skills in doing their laundry, cleaning their dishes, working a dishwasher.
Yeah.
And they do that in the morning or in the afternoon. They do it going to the job force, and then they come back, and then they're bused out. It's a perfect circle for a bus to come in. We use that spot now for a turnaround. So there's parking in a circular driveway there.
Do we know if the town owns any more houses similar to?
I can't answer that. I don't know what
We
they
can find this out,
have.
we can talk to.
I know, I just want it on
Sure.
record, that's
Yeah.
exactly why I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
But I don't think this particular house is being utilized right currently for anything.
No, it's empty.
Nor are there any other plans for the house to be utilized, so
No.
it would make a perfect space for as being spoken of.
I don't want to speak for Suzanne, but Suzanne, did you like the space?
We love the space, and the nice thing about it is an authentic experience. So while
Yeah.
the School to Work program has been kindly housed at Tutucket Valley, they don't have a working washer and dryer. They don't
Yeah.
have cooking space. So
Yeah.
the things that students did in practice when they were in the life skills program at the high school, they aren't able to continue to develop their
Right.
independence in their current place. And this would be just a great opportunity. There's certainly one area of the living room for
Yeah.
students to gather. There are 2 separate areas to provide more individual instruction. They talked about making the entry in the back handicap accessible, and that the bathroom would be made handicap accessible. But it gives us opportunities to do so many things and have students feel like it is, as you say, a home environment, so they can practice there, go out to work, come back to home. You have a snack, you talk with folks and work on your social skills. So it's a really great opportunity for us to utilize that space. And I also think it's wonderful that we can utilize the appliances from the Life Skills program. They were purchased initially through a grant a long time ago, but then had to be replaced and updated. So it'd be unfortunate to see those appliances not be used and take advantage of it. So it's really a terrific opportunity for us. It was great.
So Scott, hopefully, I don't know if the council members will watch this, but give them kind of that detail when you're speaking to them. And if they don't want the Auger House, ask if there's any other houses or apartment-like settings
And
that the town,
I-
because you know what, the
yeah.
library is not appropriate, the gymnasium here wouldn't be appropriate. If we're looking for the purpose and the real spirit of that program, we need something different, and we need to give them the right environment for that. So if it's not the Auger House, what are some alternatives can we pursue that's town-owned? And if it's not town-owned, are we gonna rent a house? Are we gonna rent an apartment?
That brings
What's the
liabilities,
liability? I was
yeah.
saying, what's the liability
The
with
worst thing
it?
to do to a house is let it sit unoccupied,
So-
especially an older home. And this, it's almost,
It's not for me to
Too good.
choose, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if that's not going to happen, it may happen, and that would be fantastic, but if it doesn't, we should be poised in a position that says, hey, what else does the town have to offer as far as a house? Because it's not just a space we're looking for. We're not looking for the boardroom. They can't use the boardroom. There's no washer, there's no dryer. It wouldn't serve the purpose. So we really are looking for a more specific type of space to help these students along to the next level.
And how many students are in this program?
7 next year,
7 next year.
plus 3 adults that are with them all the time.
Right, okay.
So 10 total.
But that can change year to year,
Oh,
as
yeah.
some exit out. and
Right,
come
and
in.
like, what was the max we ever had? I can't imagine it gets that much.
I think 7's the largest we've had
It
in,
is. We have 6 this year, we have 7 next year, and we anticipate 7 or 8 the following year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit bigger because the law was changed to require students with disabilities to stay in school till their 22nd birthday instead of their 21st. So that adds some extra years where a student might be participating.
Okay, thanks.
Then I will definitely make a motion to authorize the superintendent to request permission from the town council to use the Auger House located on Forest Road for the special education school to work program for the 2021-2022 school year or through a date agreed upon by both parties.
I'll second that motion.
Discussion, any further discussion? Mary, can we have a roll call vote?
Chairman Papa
Yes.
Vice Chair Nafria?
Yes.
Janet Balsamo?
Yes.
Jeffrey McMillan?
Yes.
Vincent Mace?
Yes.
I thank you for your support on that. The next item that we have on the modified addendum is the special ed excess cost. The town council wanted a formal recommendation requesting the monies returned back to the Board of Ed to be used for the 21-22 school year. As you are aware, we have a 0 budget for next year, so we will be relying on monies that are statutorily obligated to us, plus any extra money from our 2% holdover from the year before.
Martha, what in dollars, how much is that?
Special ed excess grant?
Suzanne, $235,000 right now. That cost gets finalized in June, but it tends to be pretty similar to that. So our last calculation that was due March 1st.
Okay.
And then there are some adjustments sometimes to student transportation or tuition, but it's pretty minor.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, yeah.
235.
And Martha, what's the 2%?
The, what's in there now?
And because were we denied the 2%?
No.
It was not.
So it was all made in the 0 to use that, but they want a separate motion for the excess
Yes,
cost grant.
okay.
Yeah.
And how much do we have transferred over in the 2%
So
for the 0 to
currently-
6 something? 600?
I remember 6 something.
So, yeah, from last year, there was 643,000, of which we used 100, so there's 543. We have 85,688 from the excess cost funds from 1920,
How much was that again? I'm sorry.
85,688. And then for the 17-18 town carryover, there's $301,000.
Okay. So just moving forward, I just want to make a suggestion. I think one of the reasons, and this is just my personal insight, I think one of the reasons we got to 0% is because we've been holding money from 17-18. And when they ask us to do that, we're supposed to be spending it. So we're very much supposed to be functioning like a not-for-profit, where at the end of the year we have 0, 0. We're not supposed to have a cushion and we're not supposed to have a savings, and you're kind of paying for someone else's sins, unfortunately. But I think as we move forward and we're asking for a budget increase, we need to go in strategically, especially as we negotiate contracts, because we want to make sure our employees are happy. We're keeping up with the current trends to keep them happy. We're keeping up with the curriculum trends to keep our students at the top of their game. We're keeping our athletes happy, our thespians happier, all of our different groups. And if we go in with a strategy and we're spending our past funds, also in our capital budget, I notice we do that. We don't spend our money and we hold it and they're like, hell, we were begging for this and now it's not been used. So I think if we use our money, the town council will look at us a little bit differently and we're going to look for more.
Okay.
That's all I have to say on that. So now we can make a motion for this excessive.
Yeah, I'll make a motion. I'll move to authorize the superintendent to request of the town council the return of the special education excess cost grant monies to be used for the next academic year.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mary, can we have a roll call?
Yay. Chairman Papa-Holzer?
Yes.
Vice Chair Nafrio?
Yes.
Janet Balsamo?
Yes.
Jeffrey McMillan?
Yes.
Vincent Nate?
Yes.
Okay, moving right along.
Committee reports.
No, we're going to continue on with negotiations, which is going to be,
We got leaves too.
yeah, that's going to be an executive session.
Okay.
So we're going to move past those. And we're going to do policy.
Oh,
I
yes.
I don't believe there was a pension committee meeting.
Curriculum?
There was it was last week.
So let's do the pension.
Did you want to do curriculum with the proposed subcommittee calendar?
We need to have a meeting today.
I think there was a vote, there's a vote for this proposed subcommittee meeting date.
Right, just that, but yeah.
It's the calendar, so it would change from the 14th. So all we would have to do is move that 21st to the 14th,
Yeah.
and then the dates are all the same, 6
So
o'clock.
why don't we vote on that, and do an amendment, motion for that with the amended calendar, and we can get that out of the way.
I'll make a motion to approve the proposed subcommittee curriculum instruction calendar for the 21-22 school year as amended.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, now we can move down. I just didn't want to forget to do that.
Pension.
Status quo, everything's doing well. We had a presentation by our advisor group.
Who's the advisory group, Jeff?
I can get your name, I didn't have it with me, I had the paper with me today, but I must have left it at home, but I can get that for you.
Yeah.
But everything looks pretty status quo. There were several approvals to take payment and waiting to see if there's a lump sum or not. There was not just Board of Education, but across fire department, police, and such and so forth. But everything looks pretty normal in an environment that we don't really know what's going on with the market. We're in good hands with our advisor group, and yeah, I'll bring that information next time when we go through.
Okay, great.
Okay, policy. Obviously, Ms. Hannah's not here tonight, so I can speak to that. We have 4 first reads under Exhibit E, F, G, and H that you can take with you and mark up. I will meet again with the committee prior to our next board meeting, and it was one that we did not need to contact the policy attorney because there was just limited updated statutory requirements and just some housekeeping that was done. So they're pretty clean. There are 4 that you will need to vote on tonight that you've had and that we've marked up, and there are 4 motions there for you to approve. And Vince is on that, and he was part of those 4.
In the packet. In the packet.
Okay. Very good.
Got it?
Yeah, I was just looking at some of the regs.
Scott is the pension administrator. Scott and Scott.
All right.
No relation.
Cool, Jeff.
Sounds like Daryl and
I'm
Daryl.
never gonna forget that.
There you go.
No relation to Scott. No idea.
Okay.
All right, Vince, we're starting with P1005.
Yeah. I'll move to approve the policy number P1005, non-discrimination students for approval as submitted.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
I'll move to approve policy number P1015, sex discrimination students for approval as submitted.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll move to approve policy number P1016, child sexual assault and reporting, sex discrimination students for approval as submitted.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Move to approve policy number P2230, prohibition of sex discrimination and sexual harassment in the workplace as submitted.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Janet, was there an ACES meeting?
Yes, we had a board meeting on May 13th, discussed our executive director evaluations were due. We had a presentation by Silver and Petrocelli. They're doing a renovated view of our Wintergreen School, magnet school, which is the old Gateway building in North Haven. The project's going to be about $59 million. So we had that presentation about how they're going to change the building. They're looking to reconfigure the specialized schools, which would address enrollment trends, supporting students in high demand programs, fiscal stability, future current program needs, and that this reconfiguration would have less impact on the staff. Some of the recommendations were relocating the academy, relocate Aspire and Urban Youth to New Haven, relocate access to former Mill Academy. So there's a lot of moving basically, you get the gist.
Yeah.
They were looking to close on our new building, which would be ACES at Chase, which is an amazing new building because the Cheshire is closing. They wanted their building back, so we were asked to leave. We went over the ESSA grant. We have our human resources report. Trying to think of anything else. They had the COVID report, which was basically a lot more kids are returned back to school. Remote learning is down by half. And that is about it.
Thank you, Jen.
Building committee? Well, it's not officially the building committee, it's called
Well,
something different, but
You want to update?
Permanent project.
yeah,
Yeah.
permanent project.
Yeah.
We should change that in the agenda.
It's permanent project building committee, it's PPC.
Yeah.
And there's
So
always a meeting.
we're moving right along. It's exciting. We're getting close to breaking ground and getting things moving along. I guess it's the 7th, is it? That
We had 26 firms walk through the high school today for the demolition bid, so we're going to have a real healthy numbers to pick from, so we're moving.
Yeah.
Did we have an idea of when demolition will start?
When's the last day of school?
The graduation.
Graduation is the 14th, so are you thinking the
That night.
16th?
I'm thinking that night.
I think we're.
That's our special meeting. Bring your,
17th?
I think that
Yeah, it's that
projected
week.
the 17th, but
Okay.
we will, Scott has referenced that we're going to be going closer to, as soon as school's out, we're going to start coming in and assessing the area.
Yeah.
We are going to make an effort to find any time capsule that may have been left behind from previous classes. Obviously, if we don't have the treasure maps that we know where they all are, but our superintendent and the principals are going to go in there on their hands and knees and dig and find it, right?
we know how they do it.
But we have that going along. We're also in the final stages of choosing a clerk of works. So this is going to be really kind of someone on our side to be our eyes and ears on the project. They'll work as the check and balance for North Branford Board of Ed and the building committee, includes kind of with Gilbane, who's doing the project management and construction management. Everything's going along. Rusty's done a great job with his drawings. I know he's moving right along that. We're certainly giving him a lot of pressure to get them done, and there's been a lot of great ideas. There's been some changes that I think that are very positive that have come together over the last couple of weeks. One particular, and I think you'll certainly feel good about this, the acoustic aspect of this, that we're going to take the chillers and move them. Traditionally, they were originally put on the roof, and kind of the roof is built much differently than other roofs that we've built in the past, where you're not going to see all these mechanics because they're covered. But there were still some acoustic aspects that we were worried about with these chillers that make a great deal of vibration. So those are going to be moved from the roof onto a smaller, or I should say, a ground location. We're also looking into increasing the generation system so that if there is an incident where we don't have power, we'll have more power within that school system to be possibly used in the future as a safe haven. Not to say that that's what we'll definitely do, but it is being looked at to see what we can afford and what the project will allow for. So those are some of the exciting things that have happened. We're real close to breaking ground. We're kind of on target right now. Things will change as we go along, but I think that we've got the right components in line to make this happen. So here we go.
Exciting.
So I want to thank Jeff and Beth. These meetings are 4+ hours every Monday night. When
They're
I say
lovely.
4+, so it's a
Luckily,
great
I don't
deal
have any hair left, so.
great deal of time and effort, and that is the Permanent Project Committee. It's comprised of a very knowledgeable group of people that are in the trades as well, and I know we're going to get a quality building. It's going to be, and I say that because there's so much attention to detail, and people are passionate and they really care about that finished product. And I want to thank Sean and Marcy for staying involved. I know you're not on it, but you're very active behind the scenes with making sure. And when you understand the fact that this is a $64 million building, and you've got the council, you've got the board, and then you've got the Permanent Project Committee. There's a lot of I's and T's that had to be dotted and crossed, and it just helps when we're represented as a board, aside from the Permanent Project Committee, to make sure that we're meeting timelines and keeping things moving. So things are going well, so thank you.
Fine.
I appreciate it.
Why don't we move the agenda a little bit to do visitors and press next? Are there any visitors and press?
Were there any comments on Facebook?
We've got a couple of comments. One on ECA.
Okay.
The parent was concerned about there's a few people graduating, some open seats, and not enough people know about it. So they wanted to come tonight, but they couldn't come. They're going to come to the next meeting.
So email them back and say that I will meet with Ms. Wooten and we'll find out who's committed to it and see if there's any spots, and then we can have a phone conversation with that person.
Okay.
Because that's going through the academic wing, we'll find out who's committed.
Okay, and they want more publicity around it, like more
Yes.
marketing towards the program. Is there a way to do that? And that would be in the high school or the middle school?
Well, the thing is, they've already auditioned,
Oh, okay.
and so everyone is set and done.
So it's in the future.
It's kind of late. It's kind of late.
But if we do have an opening and it's someone that does have, we could potentially, so I think if we have that phone conversation, it's easier.
Okay, and in the future, can we
Well,
publicize that?
we put it out there, but we only get how many that qualify. I mean, it's a tough,
Because you have to
program.
audition and be selected?
Yeah, it's very competitive.
Yeah,
Not everyone gets in.
okay. What else
Is
do you
that it?
have for me?
The other comment was about the calendar. They weren't happy with the change.
We're sorry.
Sorry.
We're sorry. It got through because we were aligning with our RESC. Other districts didn't align with the RESC. We were the outlier, and for convenience, it helps us with the academic piece and the athletic piece in our teaching staff for those who live in all the surrounding towns. So I apologize for that. Hopefully they don't have to change any vacation plans from
Yeah, right, you're
the week before. It's absolutely excused if they have to. Mr. Schoonmaker's granting their vacation. I'm not getting in the way of that.
What else, Bruce?
There's no more comments being accepted for some reason. It's been like that for about 10 minutes.
Huh,
You can't comment on a post right now.
okay. That's interesting.
All right.
Well, if anything else comes through, let us know.
That's gotta be a Facebook thing. That's
Yeah.
tell us.
Good of the board? Well, I can tell you for the good of the board, our athletic fields are just live, whether it's lacrosse, baseball, softball, like, kids are going, and it's just so nice to see that energy. I heard there was a field day not too long ago.
Third grade.
Is it a
It's awesome.
TCS?
Yes.
I heard like
yesterday.
it was a mean tug of war, like kids were having a blast.
Yeah, they were so happy to be outside and
Yeah.
have that kind of normal event. It was really positive. So Dave Carpenter, our PE teacher, did a wonderful job. We're going to do a 4th grade and 5th grade in the next couple of weeks as well.
Nice.
And Jerome had outdoor classroom day, so they spent majority of their time outside. So
I have a preschooler that comes to me, and every day, what did you do in school today? Nothing. I got to ask about 18 questions before I get anything out. I said, today, what did you do at school today? Chase, the police dog came in. You want to see what we got? And I was like, oh, finally. It took me the whole year, and I finally got something out.
well, please probably do that.
You
Very
can't compete with the dog.
No, nope, not a chance. Not a chance.
Also, we had athletic signing at the high school, and got brought to our attention, 10% of the class is playing.
13 students of our 145,
Yeah.
142, 145 are going on to play at the college level. And when you look at national averages, and I said this to the student athletes, that 1 to 2% get the opportunity to play after high school. And that's with millions and millions of kids. And then the number of colleges, it's getting tougher now because a lot of the small colleges are closing and there's less. But so for little North Branford to have 13 students going to outstanding schools, it's a credit to our coaches and our opportunities for our kids. And they, I think the best part for me there was the fact that we did it so that they could sign and then leave. And so but they stayed for every single student to sign. So all 13 were there right till the very end.
Oh, that was nice.
So Mr. Gouads, Mr. Steffler, great job in organizing that. And I think everyone felt really special. We had grandparents, parents, friends. They were all wearing their jerseys, their caps. It was a great day.
That was nice.
So
That's really nice. And echoing on what you said about the sports, I think like last year, you didn't realize how much you missed seeing the kids out there at the basketball courts and on the fields till you see them this year, and it just feels, it's just so good to see them back out there playing and outside and off the electronics and having fun.
Getting fresh air.
Yep.
thank you. Thank you
Are
for
we
your
ready to
comments.
adjourn to executive session?
No, I'll make the next regular board meeting.
Usually not.
Okay. Motion to adjourn to executive session as per section 1-225 of the Connecticut General Statutes, as permitted by section 1-200, 6A of the Connecticut General Statutes, to discuss agenda items 7C, leaves, and 9A, negotiations.
Second.
All in favor?
We stay here?
I think we're going to.
Yeah, let's go.
I think we're going to go down to the.
Okay, back in session. I'd like to make a motion to approve the 1-year unpaid leave of absence of Megan Russick, Assistant Principal at North Branford Intermediate School, effective July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to make another motion that the Board of Education agrees that if a member of the Administrators Union actively employed on 4/1/2020 is deemed disabled by the disability insurance carrier, but denied the disability wages due to a pre-existing condition prior to 4/1/2020, the disability wages shall be paid by the North Branford Board of Education so that the 24-month elimination period covering 4/1/2020 through 3/31/2022 does not adversely impact the disability benefits that should have been provided per the agreement between the North Branford BOE and the North Branford Administrators Association 7/1/19 through 6/30/22. This agreement will expire as of 4/1/22 because the 24-month elimination period will be over.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next regular Board of Education meeting is scheduled for Thursday, June 17th, 2021. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.